we'll go ahead and get started here. We got kind of a full docket today. My name's Brad Bloom. I'm the Associate AD for Tickets and Marketing. If you guys didn't know who I was, I think some of you know, but anyway. Before we bring our coaches up, I'd just like to announce this week's Athletes of the Week. Hard Rocker Athletes of the Week are Jade Cass of the Hard Rocker Men's Track and Field Team and Ryan Weiss of the Women's Basketball Program. Jade brought home top honors this past weekend in the men's high jump during the Black Hills State Merle Hansen Open in Spearfish, South Dakota. Jade cleared a height of 1.99 meters, which, if my math is right, is a little over 6 feet.
6'6".
6'6". Okay, there you go. 6.5 feet. He finished first in the event. He set a new personal best record and moved into 5th place on the all-time leaderboard at South Dakota Mines. Saturday's performance ranked him 5th in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference performance list as well. Jade is a sophomore from Hereford, Colorado, who is pursuing a degree in industrial engineering and engineering management. Ryan Weiss continues to climb the all-time scores list for the Hard Rocker Women's Basketball Program after getting 36 points this weekend, which included 8 three-pointers. Ryan is now tied for 16th all-time in women's basketball history with 1,179 points. She is also closing in on the all-time leader in three-pointers made. In her career, Ryan has cashed in for 244 and is ranked 2nd all-time. She needs just 8 more to become the all-time leader. Friday night against Regis, Weiss cashed in for 23 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, a block shot, and an assist. And then tacked on 13 more points on Saturday versus Colorado School of Mines and added 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Ryan is a redshirt senior. Is that right?
Graduate student.
Okay. From Ames, Iowa, majoring in industrial engineering. I'd just like to send out congratulations to our X-Rocks Hard Rocker Athletes of the Week. And with that, we'll bring up
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back. It's been forever since we've had a luncheon. A lot has happened. We came back from Christmas and kind of decided that it's a new season. And so we attacked it that way and came out and had 2 really great performances against Western Colorado and Fort Lewis. Kind of got some flow going with our team and got some rotations, and I kind of revamped everybody's roles and just really got after it. And I really like where our team is at. I like their attitudes. I like their work ethic. We've been getting after it in practice every single day. And then last week, it hit a little bit of a hurdle with a handful of us getting COVID. So I want to give a big thank you to my assistant coach for taking over for the week. He had a lot on his plate with 2 games and 2 good opponents that he had to scout, and then just doing everything else, planning practice, all those things. So big thank you to Mike for filling in and helping me out. He made that week a lot better than probably it could have been if I had somebody else as an assistant. And then, moving forward to this week, we've got Black Hills on Thursday. We're excited for that game. It's always a great matchup. Our teams battle really well. We usually play really well. And so it'll be exciting, and we'll be up there. I actually haven't, since I've been here, experienced a true BH game up at BH. The first year it was over Thanksgiving, and there weren't really many fans, and last year was COVID. So I'm excited to experience a pretty fun atmosphere, and I know our team is ready to go. We really got after it yesterday, and like I said, I like where their heads are at and the intensity that we have, and we got a few of those players back. I'm back. So we're ready to get rolling, and we've got a lot of games left this season. Some bright spots, obviously, like I said, Coach Sai stepped up last week, but we also had some other players step up and just play hard for us and kind of contribute in different ways. And I was really proud of our freshmen who had to step up and play some good minutes last week. Janzi Mers keeps improving. Lily Peterson played some good minutes for us and keeps improving. And then obviously everybody else, our team's kind of taking turns on who has great games and who steps up and helps us out. And we're excited to have Mel back this week. You guys, it's been a long time since we've seen Mel out on the court, and having her back has been awesome. she really locked in on leadership while she's been out with her ACL recovery, and she's also just had such a different approach to the game this year, and she's been an absolute joy to coach. And so we had her back on the court yesterday, and it just made an immediate difference for our whole team. So we're excited to have her back this week. And then obviously Ryan's been battling a lot of injuries this year, and she's been persevering, and she's just a tough person. I'm really proud of her performance, proud of her individual accomplishments, but I don't know if you know Ryan, those aren't nearly as important as the team accomplishments. So we're getting there to get that part going along with her individual stuff. But I'm very proud of her for moving up the list. She's an incredible scorer, hard to stop. And yeah, she has secured her undergrad degree. She's getting her master's degree in engineering management. And so we're just thankful that she decided to stay on one more year with us and play this last season, and excited to see what we do in the next month and a half. With that, I'm going to let her talk, because she's been here longer than I have. She's been here 5 years, so she can give you a real rundown of everything. But thank you guys for coming, and Ryan, take it away.
Hi everybody, my name is Ryan Weiss. Like she said, I'm my 5th year here, so it's been quite a while. I'm officially known as the grandma of the team. And my body's starting to feel like it. I've really just enjoyed the last 5 years, especially the last few seasons with these coaches and the team. This year we've had a lot of adversity with different illnesses and injuries, but I'm just really proud of the girls and how we've stuck together through it all, and we still have that belief. We know what our team is capable of, and we know that when we finally get everybody on the court playing together, we're going to accomplish some pretty cool stuff. So we're excited to, obviously the rivalry week this week. BH is always so much fun. It's a high energy game, my favorite type of game. So I think we're really excited to get out there and show what we've been working on. And like Coach said, having Mel back has been really huge for us. She just brings another notch of physicality and aggression to our team, I would say. But yeah, I'm just really excited for the upcoming games and to finish out my career here. Any questions?
Have you secured a place of employment yet?
I'm going to decline to answer that question. No, I have not. I'm just focused on basketball right now.
Where would you like to secure a place of employment at, or where in the country or specific?
I would like to live in a bigger city. I've only lived in Ames, Iowa, and then Rapid City, so I think that would be fun. I've done 2 internships for different sports analytics companies, and I really enjoyed those. So some sort of sports company, I think would be cool. Any other questions?
How come you don't shoot more?
I've been asking her that for 3 years. Ryan won't take a bad shot. She knows what quality shots are. Even when I think they're good shots, if her feet aren't set, she won't take them. So we'll take that.
But that being said, how many 3-pointers away are you from the school record?
7 from tying.
7 from tying. And we have how many games left?
Like 12.
We can do that in 2 weeks.
Yeah, this weekend probably.
She did score 8 this last weekend, so that's what she would need to be number 1 now. So. No pressure.
Okay. Who's the person that had it?
Sammy Stefik,
Oh.
former roommate.
Are you guys in contact at all? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Do brag when they pass her in points. She call her up and brag.
No.
All right, well, thank you guys. Hope to see you this weekend on the road.
Good luck.
All right, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? It's good to see everybody. We had a great Christmas break. We left, I think going in the last time we met here, I was talking about, for us, we just were looking for some consistency on offense and specifically just finishing around the rim. And that's kind of how we left Christmas. That last weekend when we played Metro and CCU, we had a couple tough losses on the road. Had opportunities to pull each one of them out, but just fortunately just didn't finish well enough in the lane. So as we came back to Christmas, that's one of our focuses, and we've been doing that quite a bit, haven't we, Brevin? We're working on that, and we've been seeing a lot of dividends from that, and we want to, right off the bat, when you go through that, I think your confidence can be shaken a little bit, and I give our guys a lot of credit. They just continue to keep battling, trust the process that we keep working on. And, they are, those first 3 games back, we were able to see some success in those areas. And so, obviously, won a tight game against Western State in overtime. And I think, again, that was just another little game that showed us that we're capable. And then from there, we kind of started getting on a little bit of a roll and played really well offensively. The next time out, played a Fort Lewis team who was just really good offensively and probably our best defensive performance of the year. We've had some pretty good ones, but that's by far been the best, and really just had a great complete game. Had our highest scoring amount for the season, and then also held them almost to 20 points below their average, I believe it was. So, it was just a really good game, and then to go on the road and then play a good Colorado State Pueblo team, who's probably about as young as we are. Maybe got just a couple more older guys than us, but we're both pretty youthful teams. And they came out and just are on fire. And we came out and we're just the opposite. And dug ourselves a pretty good hole. And I think it was a 14? Was it 14? 17. Thanks, Coach. Coach D remembers those things. 17-point margin. And we just talked to our guys in a timeout. We just said, hey, we're getting the shots we wanted. We're getting the guys to shoot that we want for them. He just happens to be going 4 for 4 from 3 right now. And he was a 21% 3-point shooter, and he was 100% at that time. So, that's the way it works sometimes. But I think, you got to realize, as we told our guys, they jumped out on us, and I think at the time they had maybe 28 or 30 or something. We said, it's not a pickup game to 30. It's a complete 40-minute game. And so our guys continued to keep battling, and we were able to draw within 5 at halftime. And then in the second half, we finally took the lead, and were able to hold on to it the rest of the way. And again, that's just good credit to our guys, just believing in themselves and what they can do and the work that they put in and being able to carry it over to games. So, going into this week, obviously was a big challenge week for us. Playing Regis, who's #1 in the league, ranked 15th in the country. We played them at their place extremely well. Went into overtime there. And so, no one's beat them yet. But we thought we'd match up well with them, and we really thought we had a great opportunity. And overall, it was a really good game. You got to give them credit. They're a good defensive team. They put a lot of pressure on you. For us, I was really pleased that we took care of the basketball. The first time we played them, we had 21 turnovers, I believe. And this time around, we only had 11. And really only had 9 up until 2 of our last 4 possessions. Those were kind of crucial ones that kind of hurt us at the end. But, again, it's progress for us. And for the type of team that we are, that's what we're looking for. We came up short in that night, but again, I think we played obviously a very quality opponent and proved that, we're not far off from really being something special. And so we just got to continue to keep working and going. Saturday night came around, and boy, sometimes in the season, everybody goes through a game where just nothing goes right. And unfortunately, we had to do that at home in front of all you guys. You had to watch it too. So, we apologize for that, but, the bottom line is it's, we don't like to lose to them at all, let alone in that fashion. I thought our guys played hard, and as I watched the film, I still believe that. I thought we just played hard, and we made some errors. Yes, we made some errors, but at the same time, we could not throw it in the ocean, it felt like. And we got great looks. Same looks we got in the previous 3 to 4 games. And that we were knocking down. And we just couldn't put the ball in the hole. And sometimes that's basketball. And it's just a silly game like that. And on the other side of it, they had some guys that had not been shooting the ball well. And they couldn't miss, it felt like. So, you just got to go through those. And you got to kind of just give them credit. That was their day. And we just come back on Monday, and I loved our guys' attitude yesterday. We came back, we were ready to go. We watched the film. More than anything is just to reassure, because sometimes you get beat like that, and you're like, boy, are we doing the right thing or not? It's pretty easy to lose confidence, and it's like, hey, look what we have. These are the same shots, and we know we can knock down these shots, and so it's just a matter for us just to continue to believe in our process and our preparation, and go into the game. Again, you know, as Coach said, you know, it's a big game this week, and everybody looks forward to it. You know, but for us, overall, I know our guys are going to be excited to play in it. It's a neat atmosphere. But at the same time, you know, for us, we got to keep a perspective about it. It's a game for us to get better. It's a great opportunity. You know, they're having a heck of a year this year, as they should. They've got some guys in place. You know, Joel Scott is, in my mind, probably the best player in the league right now. He's averaging 28 points a game. He can score from about anywhere on the floor. He's just a really tough matchup. And so when you have someone like that that's putting up that kind of numbers, that takes a lot of pressure off the rest of your team. And so it puts a lot of pressure on the other team. And so, you know, it's going to be a challenge. We're not going to stop him, you know, as they say. I think Chris Berman said on ESPN, you don't plan to stop him, we hope to contain him. You know, and that's kind of what we're hoping. You know, if he gets his 20 or something like that, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world for us. I think the big thing for us is what we do with the other guys, his support staff, so to speak. And if we can control some of those guys really well, I like our chances. We are a little bit in some of the COVID stuff, but you know, that's just the way it is. You know, we're going to put 7 guys out there. They're going to give it their all, and we're going to be ready to go. And we're just excited to get after it. And you know, I think for us is that we just got to continue to focus on our processes, and we believe in those. And I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but when we believe in what we do and how we do it, and we do it a certain way, we always say we can compete with anybody. And when we don't, sometimes then obviously the result's the other way. But we really believe that if we do it the way that we do it, we can compete with anybody in this league, and we'll have an opportunity to get a win on any given night. So we're excited, and we're going to go up there, and you know, it'd be a great feather in our cap. You know, only one team has won in their gym this year, and boy, if we could beat the number 2 to do that, that would be a heck of a deal for us. So we're excited to go up there and give it a shot. Any questions for me before I turn it over here and introduce Brevin to you? Okay, well, Brevin, come on up. Brevin here, brought him in. He asked him if he liked chicken. He said he did, so that was this was an odd, logical choice to bring him in. But you know, Brevin here has had an interesting year. We would say probably, right? Yeah. He called it the sophomore jinx. You know, he actually last year, you know, being his freshman year, coming off a red shirt, got off to a little bit of a slow start offensively, but fortunately we did have a senior in Will Dixon that kind of took him under his wing and helped him out. And when he came back from Christmas, really had a very good, probably played as well as any of the top guards in the league come the second semester. And then has come back this year, and again, it's just been a little bit of a slow start offensively. We're not afraid to say that, and we're just going to attack it head on. But I think he's learned a lot through this, and that's the thing. Sometimes when you get failure and stuff, sometimes I think that could be the best thing, because that's how you get growth, right? And so that's where Brevin is at, and he has really grown as a player. He's still not where he wants to be or where we want him to be, but he's getting there. He's getting there, and I think you probably, especially the other night against Regis, it's probably overall his best overall game for us. And because he really started doing some things that we've been working on and carrying over into a game, and it's just a matter of now consistency for him. We know what he's capable of. We believe in the heck out of him, and we're just excited that he's here. And I know it's been a tough thing, but good things are really coming ahead for him, and he'll be ready to go. I know come Thursday night too. Yep. All right, I'm probably gonna ask a little bit more out of him come Thursday night. So all right, so I'm gonna turn it over to Brevin here.
Well, I'm Brevin Walter. I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is a little bit different than here, but I've really enjoyed my time here so far. But I started a mechanical engineering degree and figured out that it wasn't necessarily all about cars and the things I really enjoy. And as I started talking to Dr. Kirk and a couple people, I switched over to industrial engineering and engineering management. So just like Ryan, and I've really enjoyed the degree so far and really enjoyed school. But yeah, like Coach said, I'm really excited about this weekend. I got to redshirt, so like Coach Jay, she hasn't got to experience the game. I haven't played in a game that big yet, but I definitely got to watch a couple of those when I was redshirting when we played Black Hills State and saw how many people were there, so I'm really excited to play in it. and playing in an atmosphere just like that. So, but yeah, Coach said I've been struggling a little bit at the beginning of this year and trying to learn a few different things. It's amazing how much the experience and stuff some of these guys have that we're playing really does matter. Like when we're playing against a guy like Brendan Sullivan, who's in his 5th year at Colorado School of Mines, and even playing against some of these guys, I'm trying to pick up a few different things and seeing what they do well, how they score in different facets of the game, and trying to learn from them. And then Coach has been working with us on a lot of different finishes. I tend to leave my feet a little bit up in the air and like to go off one, and there's a lot of things that I've gotten to learn this year and been able to grow, and I'm really thankful that I'm in a situation here where I'm able to grow. And so I feel like I've learned a lot, and it's really awesome because I'm still a freshman technically, even though this is my 3rd year here. And so I'm going to get to keep learning a few more things for a few more years, and hopefully be able to get a master's like Ryan and be able to say a few things like her someday. So I kind of have goals like that and dreams, but no, I've really enjoyed it here, and hopefully we can get a win and keep going, get things rolling here in the 2nd semester. But we do have a couple guys sick right now, and we'll see how that all plays out this weekend, and we'll be able to play and not. But does anybody have any questions?
What do you plan on doing with your career?
I'm not sure 100% yet, but I really like just the idea of getting better in every facet. And so industrial engineering is all about efficiency and production, but Dr. Kirk really does a lot with safety, and I've really started to enjoy that stuff with a couple of the classes I've taken. So I might try to get a minor in occupational safety, or with all the extra time I'll have, I'll be able to look into a lot more afterwards. But I'm not 100% sure what company or where, but I'm really excited about all the opportunities, and that the engineering management can help me get into some different aspects with the degree.
So you got a lot of games left, a lot of things to do yet, but
Yeah.
what's your plans for the summer?
The summer, last summer I did an internship with the water district in Las Vegas, and that was kind of through a family friend, and I got to do that at the end. It doesn't necessarily relate to my degree as much, but it was great to learn some of the stuff through them. But I did figure out a little bit that basketball is pretty fun, and that work isn't always as much fun as playing. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how much I want to work versus I'd rather put some more time into basketball and worry about work later. So yeah.
What was your biggest adjustment coming from Nevada to South Dakota?
Oh man, probably the first thing I'd probably say is nothing closes at home. So like if I wanted to go get fast food at home a couple times, then that's probably one. The weather, obviously, my car's rear-wheel drive and doesn't do so great in the snow. So, but there's a lot of different things like that. But I really liked it here. I wouldn't say there's as much like tight-knit community at home, if that makes sense, just because it's such a big city and that you're always going to be seeing random people that you don't necessarily know. Whereas here, I feel like there's everybody's really nice and friendly, where you don't necessarily get that quite as much at home. So.
You're very determined when you go as a forward and shoot.
Yes.
Are you afraid to get hurt?
No, I wouldn't say so. But the goal is always to put it in the hoop, and we're trying to make a good play. But yeah, sometimes things happen.
Other questions?
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you this weekend.
All right, well, I don't usually get put at the end, so this is a little bit of a different one for me. I'm actually I have 2 meets I need to talk to you about, give you a little bit of update. I wasn't able to be here in December, unfortunately, so figured I'd catch you up. We had a meet December 4th up at Black Hills State, and then went back there this last weekend. This last weekend we only took a partial squad. We took about half the roster, a little under half the roster, and mostly field events this last weekend. We just felt like everybody needed a little bit more time in terms of the running events, just to kind of get themselves situated. But it's a great opportunity for our field event athletes to get out there. You know, we're fortunate with with the Fraser Gym setup that we can do a lot more than we could when I first got here, but still can't quite do everything that we like to do training-wise with our field event athletes. So it was a good opportunity to get them out there and get a little bit of work done, and we got some stuff done. In those first 2 meets, we had 30 personal bests. We had 40 top 5 finishes, 15 top 10 marks, and a school record. So off to a good start already. A couple of the areas where we've already seen some really good performances. The men's 5K, Ryan Moen put in the number 6 mark all time, I think it is. Since 2018, we've seen that men's distance group really do some good work on the record. When I got here, John Redmond still holds our men's 5K record. He set that in 1998. His second best mark was from the year 2000. Fortunately, we've put some distance between those two now. So those two are now our 1st and 7th, and we crammed 5 guys into that 2 through 6. So I know I've got about 4 guys right now that all have their eye on that 5K record. So hopefully we can get that done this year and get another one, get a new one in the books. Especially because John Redmond's mark is 15 minutes, 0.24 seconds, I think it is. So we got to get somebody under that 15 flat mark. You always hate it when you see a mark at 15 at double zeros on the clock. The heptathlon is an area where we saw a lot of growth this year. We added, we only had 2 guys in the hep last year. Now we're up to 5 guys in the hep. We actually had 2 of them over the school record back in December, so that was exciting. Jonathan Hopkins set the new school record. He broke his old record by almost 300 points and wound up just 23 points shy of a national qualifying mark. They've changed how we qualify for nationals a little bit this year. Instead of having an automatic qualifying mark and a provisional, it's just one standard. You get on the list, and then you have to be in the accepted entries after that. So then it's just a matter of being high enough on the list. But to give you an idea of what 23 points is in the heptathlon, if he'd cleared 1 more inch in the high jump, if he jumped about 6 inches further in the long jump, if he'd run about 3 seconds faster in the 1K, any of those things on their own would have been enough to get him in. But that's the thing about a hep, is it's about combining as many of those efforts as you can. The hep is a really unique event in track and field, along with the rest of the multis, in that it's more about competing against yourself than it is, and the clock and the tape measure, than it is about competing against somebody else that's out there directly. And so it requires a lot of personal conviction and effort to really be strong in that event. They already mentioned Jade Cash winning the high jump on Saturday. The throws are another area where we look to be good this year, and I brought with me one of our throwers. If you want to go ahead and come on up, Warren. Warren actually won the weight throw this weekend as well. He was our other event winner, and became a 16-meter man, and that's kind of a big mark in the weight throw, is breaking that 16-meter mark. He becomes the 6th man in school history to do that. I've been fortunate to get to see most of those in my time here, but getting to see Warren come in and join that group is really exciting, especially when I remember when he came in, and he doesn't know this, but he came in and I got told by a lot of people he was really small for a thrower. And when you're a small thrower, that means that you have to make up for being a little bit faster in the ring. And the weight throw is probably the hardest event. Warren can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's probably the hardest event to be fast in, because you're trying to spin a 35-pound ball around your body, 3-4 times, and then let it go and hope it goes inside this little vector, right? So, getting to see Warren's progression and growth in that has been really exciting and fun to watch, and so I thought it'd be good to have him here and let him talk with you guys a little bit. Also on the throw side, we're looking forward to seeing Jenna and Macy compete. Right now they're both sitting in the top 15 in the shot put. Jenna's I think she's sitting 8th in the weight throw. It's really, really early for us to be counting spots in events, but in the throws, that's one that we usually at this time of year can already start trying to get a bearing on things. So Should be a good area for us this year, and look forward to getting some points out of it like we usually do, and this guy's going to be a big part of that.
As you said, my name is Warren Meinrich. I grew up in a very small town called Perry, Colorado, right at 1,000 people total. This is my 5th year here. I did graduate with my undergrad in the summer, and will finish my master's in May. So I've been around a little while. Our throws team is pretty young for the most part, so a lot of my focus this year is helping them so we can keep carrying on what we have going, because we do have some really good throwing teams go through. Last year we had 3 in finals, scoring points for us. So that's one of the main goals. Coming into this year, I decided to stop throwing shot put, discus, and focus and weight and hammer. Partially last year I just had a pretty rough time keeping my back working with me, so I had to take a couple weeks off. It worked out. I finally got to throw 16 meters, and my goal is to get up to that 17-meter mark before I leave here. Questions?
Does Colorado have high school weight throw or?
Nope. So yeah, that was a huge learning curve when I came in, and I knew coming in, being a smaller thrower, that's what I'd have to pick up on. It's harder to throw a shot put when you're not big, so that was kind of what I came in to learn how to do.
Or what's your major?
Mining engineering, and then my master's is also going to be in mining engineering.
What internships have you done?
So I've done 3 internships with Tyson Mining. It's an underground contractor out of Canada. I was in Nevada for the last 3 summers at different jobs. I did a shaft sink project and a decline project. Hopefully got to see both of those actually come to an end, so from start to finish, which is pretty cool. After college, I'm not quite sure where I'm going yet. I could be with Tyson, but I also have some other offers purely in the explosive industry that I'm considering. That's why I love mining. I love explosives. So.
Tell them what club you started.
And then, so one of the clubs I'm in is International Society of Explosives Engineers. I've been the president of that for 4 years. So, yeah, so that's been a good time. We're actually on this one meet this year for that. We'll be at the national conference in Vegas, and that's actually where I've gotten some of my possible job opportunities from. But it's a 5-day conference where we just talk about blowing stuff up. So.
It's a lot of fun. Do you get to blow anything up at the conference?
Not at the conference. We do some skeet shoots and stuff, but I've got to do a lot with explosives over my internships.
Other questions for us? Okay, well this weekend we're heading back up to Black Hills State. It's the Dave Little alumni meet. It's always a big one for Black Hills State. It's probably their biggest indoor meet of the year. And we will hopefully come back with a few more PRs to boot, and some good stories from watching their alumni mile, and they added an alumni 60, so hopefully no pulled hamstrings.
Do you get many students or fans at your indoor meets?
You would be surprised. They're pretty packed. This one in particular will be a little bit more raucous than some of the others because you know, nobody ever wants to put on a bad show in front of the alumni. So it gets pretty loud in there at times, but yeah, it can get pretty packed.
When do you start your outdoor season?
Outdoor season, we are tentatively going to have our first outdoor meet March 19th. So basically we have indoor conferences the last weekend of February. 2 weeks later is indoor nationals, and the week after that we are rolling.
And where at?
That is TBD. That will be a weather decision. So,
okay.
Fortunately, it's spring break, so that gives us a few more opportunities and options if we need to go south and chase some good weather.
Where's the indoor conference?
Indoor conference is in Gunnison this year. So back to the top of the mountain. Anything else?
What time is the meet start this weekend?
So this weekend we have Friday 4 o'clock for weight throw and long jump, 5:15 for the 5Ks, and then Saturday everything starts at noon. So it'll be a nice full Saturday afternoon for us. All right, thank you.
All right, that's gonna wrap up the luncheon for today. Just a reminder, the games on Thursday start at 5:30 with the women's game and 7:30 for the men's game. Saturday, both teams are in Shadron, starting at the same time, and obviously track Saturday up at BH. Also coming up on February 2nd, it's National Signing Day for football. We're gonna have a social this year at Wings and Rings out on Sheridan Lake Road. So just look to the website. We'll give you some more information about that as it comes up. But I know that the football team has got a lot of exciting news to tell you, and we'll have a schedule release at that time as well. So if you can make it out to Wings and Rings, I believe it's going to start at around 6. But again, we'll have more details once we get more information on that. So thank you for coming, and hopefully see you on Thursday. Good luck to everybody this weekend.